Joining us right now on the Harbor One hotline.
We only have to announce that.
Well, I think it's David. I think it's David Ortiz. David,
this is me, baby.
how you doing?
All good, man. I just came from Seattle just for the day. I know the team is on the road, but I had to do some things. You know, Papi got to keep on chasing that paper.
Well, we'll get to you chasing the paper. We were just talking about pickleball. Have you played it?
Not yet.
Because Wiggy says over and over again that there is not a single athletic bone involved at all, and he doesn't consider pickleball to be a sport. I wanted.
I don't think it's well. It's in a sport, but you don't have to have any athleticism on you to be able to do it.
Bingo.
All right.
Not very hot.
So, listen, I wanted to ask about the other night on Fox after the All-Star game, and I know that the question, the subject was, you know, what trade do you want to see? But Wiggy's been yelling and screaming about getting Shohei, and you said give up half the team for him. What is the likelihood in your mind of the Red Sox having a chance at getting him?
Well, the reality is that you're talking about the best player on earth. And to be able to get Shohei, you know, I mean, you know that we are rebuilding. You know that when I'm in the show, I'm always joking around. I'm always, you know, talking all kinds of trash just to entertain everybody. But the reality is that to get Shohei, I mean, whoever decide to get him, you're going to have to give away a lot. And the Red Sox right now, we are trying to rebuild the farm. We have some good candidate coming up from the farm. And that's something that I don't know at what stage the front office had to discuss that. But, I mean, wherever Shohei's go, he's definitely going to help, without a doubt. I mean, this guy is on another level. I mean, I played baseball on the major for almost 20 years, and I had never seen anything like that. I mean, this guy is capable. I call him Superman. I mean, this guy is capable of doing everything, whatever it takes. So I'm pretty sure that whoever decided to get him, he's going to have to give away a lot. But from you know, from what I heard, you know, the Anaheim Angels, they're not expecting trading him, which I think is a mistake because if you think about it, they're not going to be able to sign him. They don't look like they're going to be part of the playoffs because, I mean, they're kind of far away in the division. You have Texas and Houston doing their thing. I know that Houston going to do something to take over Texas. And Houston has experience. They got the talent. They got everything over there. So I don't think this is going to be a year for them. Plus, Mike Trout, he's injured. You don't know. He got the hammy taken out, I would say a week or 10 days ago. And he's not going to be back, I would say, for another month because that's an injury that it takes a minute to heal up. So they're not in good shape.
Yeah.
So, David, when I look at it like this, I think, okay, if you're not going to trade for him because you're concerned about giving a lot of pieces up, a lot of assets, I agree with you. I don't think the Los Angeles Angels are going to be able to re-sign him. But if you're the Boston Red Sox, I personally would set the market and I'd offer him 10 years, $700 million, and I would go above and beyond everybody else because I know he completely changes the franchise as a player on the field, but as well as off the field.
Well, this guy can change anything when it comes down to baseball. I mean, this guy, I had the opportunity to talk to him a little bit a few times during the WBC and now during the All-Star game. Very humble kid. I mean, extremely well educated. I mean, he's disciplined. even when you talk to him, it's in another level. And as an athlete, I mean, this guy is a complete package. But the one thing that organization always get to be concerned about, how much longer he can do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that everybody think about. I mean, it's not a question that a guy like him would definitely put a lot of people on the stand to watch him. I mean, he's that type of player. But remember, being said, this is one play. I mean, if you're gonna give away 10 prospects for him or something like that, anything crazy like that, you need to know how you're gonna fill out those spots down the road so you can have your 25-man roster rolling, and you don't feel like you got to continue going out there and chasing players. I mean, it had to be a plan. It had to be a plan that you. I mean, if you have the opportunity to go to the playoffs, having a guy like him in your team, yes. At this point during the season, you will go for it. But it's all about the future. Organizations are more nowadays in the rebuilding kind of type of way, and it's because now you see organizations winning World Series that once the spring training begins, you're not expecting them to win. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is getting the memo. Everybody, it's not all about just going out there and paying players. You got to go through your farm. You got to see what you got, and you got to believe on the rebuilding side of. I mean, look at Tampa. Tampa looks invincible right now, and what do they have? They haven't go out there and get big free agents. They just everything is coming from the farm.
Yeah, you're not that far removed from the game. Is it wild to you that Shohei is going to make $55, maybe $60 million a year?
No. I think. I mean, he is like the stream. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like this guy is. I mean, think about this, and I wish I could mention somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But I was at my position, and in the DH position. I became to be one of the best at that position. He is there, and then you go to the other extreme, and you think about a guy like Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, and he's out there too. Like you have these two type of quality on one guy. That is hard to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you think about a guy like that making 50, 60 million, I'm okay with.
Wiggy, you want to ask him about?
Yeah. I wanted to ask you this other question, David, and because I think it's a personal shame. Barry Bonds basically, has been pleading his case to be a Hall of Famer. I know there were some situations, but he was vindicated. Do you think a guy like Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, as well as even a guy like Pete Rose, who did things that he owned up to? But I mean, it's 40, 50 years later. I feel like the Hall of Fame is about what you do on the field as a player.
To be honest with you, since I was a kid, to me, when I had no clue about what the Hall of Fame was, and I used to watch guys like Pete Rose and like Barry Bonds, to me, they were the Hall of Fame. Because this guy, I mean, they went to the extreme. That's another case like Shohei. You're talking about guys that what they did was like another level. Like I had never seen those type of hitter in the game. Like you talk about Pete Rose. Pete Rose will get you a hit out of 3 outs. I had never seen like anything like that. Like I know he made that one mistake and whatever, this and that. I'm no one to be judging anyone, you know what I'm saying? And I know MLB had the rule, but this guy, before he even became to be a coach, a manager, he was Hall of Fame. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, he made that mistake as a coach, as a manager, whatever. but his numbers were there before he became to be a coach. You know what I'm saying? And I think those are the things that they use for you to begin to be a Hall of Fame. And Barry Bonds, when I think of Barry Bonds when he was with Pittsburgh, I remember when he was up to 400 stealing base and 400 home runs very early in his career. You sit down to watch Barry Bonds play, and you'll be like, wow, I don't think anyone can get to that level. I mean, and during my time when I watched him play, I was like, this guy's. I wish I can get there one day. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy, he don't swing as much, and when he swings, it's a home run. This is stupid right here. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, those two guys are Hall of Famers. I don't care what the history is before or after or whatever. I always say that. You know what I'm saying? Those two guys, those two pieces, to me, they belong to Hall of Fame, regardless.
David, we've been talking a lot this year about Cora and Chaim Bloom. Do you think Chaim has provided a roster that Cora can win with this season?
Well, here's the thing. The thing is that everything that goes down in the organization is as a group. You don't have like one guy that made the decision and another guy that he do not agree with. Everything that happened in our organization is multiple people lining their ideas up for that to happen. So when we take the blame as a group. When we win as a group. Everything happened as a group. So I don't think it's fair for people to be judging him or Alex or Mr. Henry or, you know what I'm saying? Because every decision has been taken as a group.
Quick question from somebody texting in. Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. You got the winning run out there. Who do you want at the plate? Shohei Ohtani or David Ortiz?
Who will you put at the plate?
I'm going with Big Papi. He's proven. My man's proven. Shohei's a great player, but I ain't seen him do it in a World Series yet. I know what one can do.
David, going off of Curtis's question a bit, when it comes to Alex Cora, he seemed frustrated at points during the season so far, and while they were playing well going into the break, do you think there is any chance that maybe he's lost this clubhouse? We talk about that a lot on the show.
You know what? I can't really give you many answers about the clubhouse because I'm not quite there. I don't go to the clubhouse as much, so it's not fair for me to criticize anything related to the clubhouse because I'm not there on a daily basis. But the one thing that you're going to have to keep in mind, Alex Cora is one of the best managers out there, and it's because he knows how to build a relationship with his players. You know what I'm saying? And Alex, as we remember, Alex walked into this town giving us what we're always looking for. That you have those ups and downs type of season is because you get to the point sometimes that injuries. Look, we have been dealing with we saw injury for the past couple of years. That is something that if when you don't have your ace ready out there on a daily basis, you know they're gonna hurt you somehow, some way, and it can be frustrating at some point because now you have to looking for a piece that can replace this guy until the time comes for him to be back on the roster and be out there doing his thing. And he has been dealing with so many things, but I think he has been handling really well because Alex is the guy that he don't hide. He always there for the media. He's always there for his player. He's always there, facing any type of situation. So I don't think it's fair to say that he lost control in the clubhouse.
When it comes to getting your paper,
chasing cheddar.
There's some exciting stuff coming up, and you're gonna be around, or at least there's an opening because you're in the cannabis business. and there's an opening coming up over by Fenway on the 22nd. Is that right?
That's right. But today we are on our way to Fenway, New Dia, on Lansdowne Street. Now opening and carrying our Papa's Cannabis. And they had a big opening today. Also, Primitive Boston has a grand opening today in 200 High Street. And we're going to be there celebrating with them. We're going to be walking around. They're carrying Big Papi products. And, you know, I'm a guy that I'm always happy. I always like to have a good time. I continue working and doing a lot of things, working with a lot of companies. But it's not just about the pay, but it's about bringing something out there that people can enjoy, something that can help you in so many different type of ways. And I like to get familiar with, and I like to be, besides being an entertainer, that's what I do right now. Mm-hmm. I like to engage with people and support them and be there for them and talk to them about whatever we are doing. So today we're gonna be driving by this place. Remember, New Dia on Lansdowne Street, and Primitive Boston on 200 High Street. We're gonna be driving by, shaking hands, you know, meeting people and hanging out with them before I bounce and go back to my house, because I be traveling a lot. I was in Europe having a good time. I went to work there with Fox, and then I take a little vacation. All of a sudden, I got to go from one stream to another to Seattle. So my time is already messed up. I was 7 hours ahead, and then I went 10 hours behind. So Papi's all over the place. But the most important thing is having a good time with people, always hanging out and giving my best.
All right. Well, I'll share the details on my Instagram or something like that. And it's always a pleasure having you on. I really appreciate you being on this morning, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
WEEI. It's all my people.
Yes.
Yeah, Big Papi Cannabis.
Big Papi Cannabis.
All right, David Ortiz.
Roll it up.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Roll it up.